All right, so I am getting into N8N, which is a AI agent workflow tool that allows you to build different automations based on different triggers, things to happen, things to come. Watch out for these. So let me tell you a little bit about what I want to build. And I'm just going to kind of take you guys along with how I'm doing it, how I'm learning it, because this is the first step for me too. But the problem that I have in my business, in my consulting business, is let's say I have client A and I have client B. I'll send client A an email and say, hey, can you meet on Thursday at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Send them that email. A couple hours will pass and I'll have forgotten that I had sent client A that meeting request for that time. And I'll send client B an email and say, hey, I'm available this time, can you meet? Situation occurs where they both confirm, and then we have a double booking situation going on. So what I want to create is an N8N workflow that watches my Gmail, and if I ever send somebody an email with a specific subject line of meeting time request, the N8N agent will create a placeholder in my calendar for that specific time for client A. So that in a couple hours when I go to email client B and I go to look at my availability for the day or for Thursday or whatever the time is or day is, I can go and see there's a placeholder there for client A. Okay, so I've got that put together here. So let me run a little test. If I pull up my Gmail. Okay, so I'm going to send myself an email for testing purposes. So my N8N agent only performs this action if a specific subject is in the subject line. So it's got to be meeting time request. Okay, so if I say hello, can you meet Thursday, or let's give a specific date, 9/10, or tomorrow is 9/11, 2025, 1 p.m. EST to 2 p.m. EST. Okay. So if I send myself that email, and then I go back to my N8N workflow here, and I execute just this node here, and I hit send, and I go look at my output, it can see right here. Here's the text of the email. Can you meet 9/11, 1 p.m. EST to 2 p.m. EST? Okay, so it caught that email, grabbed the contents of that email. Now what I needed to do is pass that message into a basic LLM chain and then send that message to OpenAI chat model so that OpenAI, or ChatGPT rather, can interpret that email content, the body of that email, and strip out of there the date and the times requested so that the N8N agent knows what the date is, what the start time is, and what the end time is, okay? So now if I execute this node, it's going to run. It's going to pass the contents of the body of that email to ChatGPT and say, derive the meeting date and the start time. So you can see meeting date right here. We get 9/11/2025. We get a start time of 1 p.m. or 13 in military terms, end time of 14, and the time zone. Okay, so we got the contents of the email. Now this block here is basically what this is doing is it's reformatting the structure that ChatGPT produced into something more readable. Okay, so this code basically returns this in JSON format, or text format rather. Or sorry, yes, it is JSON format. So when I execute this, you'll see in the JSON format, we get the recipient email is myself, the meeting date, the start time, and the end time. Okay, so now we got that. Now the next one is, I had to put this step in here to handle time zone issues. So N8N is a little finicky with its time zones. So I basically needed to create a step that solidifies what that time zone is of that meeting time, of the meeting time that I requested. So I'll go ahead and execute this step. Okay, so now I've got, again, my meeting date, my start time, my end time, and my time zone. And now what I wanted to do is create a calendar event. So if I go look here, September, there's nothing on here. So if I go ahead and create this calendar event, it'll execute, and then bam, we'll see that pop up here in my calendar now. So meeting with myself from 1 to 2 p.m. So now I no longer have the issue of if I send client A a meeting request and I forget that I had sent them that, and I send client B that same meeting request time, that it's no longer a problem because my N8N agent is creating a blocker or a placeholder in that specific time request there. Now, the next thing that I want to learn to put onto this thing is what happens when I get a reply from that client A or client B. So the next step of this is when I receive a reply from that client, I want it to send this already created meeting placeholder, just forward that meeting to that client, and then send me a notification like, hey, this client confirmed and you have now a meeting scheduled for Thursday from 1 to 2. So that'll be the first if they confirm, and then the next step will be if they deny. I don't know what kind of automation I'm going to put in there yet, but that'll be part 2. Alrighty.